We got a little lag this morning. Good morning, cats and kittens. Pups and
Well, Lottie frickin' God!
Yep, that's what I think about that lag we've got going.
Well, excuse me!
Right, excuse me. Good morning, it's Manic freaking Monday. I'm dragging, but things are falling apart around here. So finally I decided I'm just going to sit down and sort some dadgum pennies because I'm not having any luck with getting in the laundry room or taking care of my plants or any of the things that were on this morning's agenda. So I'm saying a big whoop, as my friend Kathy used to say. Good morning, Mr. Mike. Hey, Mr. Mike, I found some Greek coins in one of my boxes yesterday. I even remember where I got them, but I haven't seen them for a long time. I actually got them, and I gave a few away. They were in a box of craft supplies that I got at a supply swap in Flint, Michigan several years ago. And so let me show you what I found. I hadn't seen them for a while. They're all from 1992 and 1993. And these are the only ones I have left because I did give a number of them away, but I kept a few. I'm not really a big collector of foreign coins except Mexico, Germany, US occupied things, and I have some Japanese ones. This is a 1990. That I'm having problems with my scope. I'm gonna have to somehow figure out how to get a new one. This one's another thing that doesn't want to work around here. I don't know what to do. So much of my stuff is just worn out. Okay, let me try it again. I was trying to get it up a little higher where I could get a little more of the coin into view. So I have that one. Then I have this one. I think this is a beautiful coin, actually. A little bit pocket worn, also a 90. I mean, I don't think these were anything anybody was collecting. I think they just may have been their pocket change when they came back from a trip. Oh, Big Country! Hi, honey. Long time no see. How are you? Yeah, we're just looking at some Greek coins I stumbled upon. I wanted to show them to Mike. I got these when I lived in Michigan, and I just happened to find a little find box the other day that had some foreign coins in, and all these Greek ones were in there. And I have two of these from, I think, the same year. Let me see what year they are. But yeah, I stumbled across these yesterday. I was looking for a finds box to put some metal detecting things in until I get them categorized. And this box had, okay, that one's a 92. And this one is a 90. So yeah, I managed to hold on to 4 of my Greek coins. There may be some more in my box, but I just wanted to show those. And this, I'm not sure what I've got here. This is in the same box. America, 1927. What is this? United States of America, 1927. What do I have here? And why is it in that box? I can't quite read. Huh. Something centavo. Oh, it's a Philippines. This is one of those occupied coins I was talking about. A lot of people showing up all of a sudden. Yeah, this is a occupied Philippines coin that was in the same box. And then there's some Canadians. Let me see who else here today. And then I'll tell you what I'm going to do. We got Mike the Greek, Big Country, Mississippi Mary, Mike Wolf, Mike Chalise, Paula Abrams. Some of the regular gang. Oh, yeah, I got a doctor's appointment myself on Thursday, so I'm going to be going all the way up to Roanoke. I hope they have good news for you there at the doctor's office, Paula. Anyway, my day's been not going the way things are supposed to. So I decided, here's what I'm going to do. I'm still working on that box of penny rolls. So I'm going to open 5 rolls. And every time I find something interesting in the roll, I'm going to use the Nightbot and give away an entry in the Jumpin June Gift-A-Way for our Quack A Doodle Duck race. And if I don't find anything interesting in the 5 rolls, at the end, I will give 5 more entries. Anyway, so one way or the other, I'm going to add 5 more people to the list of entries. Let us begin. Oh, I need my cheat sheet. Y'all know I can't remember everything I'm supposed to look for. So I got to use a cheating sheet. I don't even see my book. That's the kind of day I've been having. I did get to go metal detecting this weekend. 2 times, as a matter of fact. I got to go on Saturday, and I did pretty well on Saturday. Sunday was not quite as exciting. Well, where in the world is my book? Well, we're just going to have to try and remember stuff. Oh, here it is, right in front of me. No wonder I couldn't find it. That's the way things work around here. Almost put my boat on the bottom of the lake. I had a couple adventures. You still have your little furry friend that you were taking care of? Hey, new Miss Maniac. Good morning. Cousin and his girlfriend were out cleaning out an old barn, found a old coin collection tucked away in the rafter. We went through last night looking for the good ones. Honey, if you find them for free, they're all good ones. Cleaning out my shed and found a small coffee can filled with foreign coins. Now I'll have to go through them. Yeah, Mr. Titus, who lives over in Japan, popped in yesterday, and he is vastly improving from his cobra bite. He did find out why there was a cobra on the street. Apparently, a man who was keeping exotic snakes, and he didn't say, but it sounded like the guy wasn't supposed to have them. Anyway, the guy's snakes got loose, and that's how hello Mr. Titus encountered one of them. But apparently the owner of the snake's wife got bit by one and she died. Now, I don't know what the regulations are about keeping exotic snakes in Japan, but that, or whether they have civil lawsuits for things like that. But I think if if I could file a lawsuit on that one, I would, because Miss T almost died as a result. So that's pretty scary stuff, but he's okay. And how that fits in is he has come across some Japanese coins, some of which are a little more on the rare variety, and he let me know he's going to be sending some of them over for our channel when he gets the opportunity to do so. So that'll be awesome. My niece and her family lived in Japan a couple of different times, worked because her husband works for the military. And so her kids are pretty well versed on the Japanese coins. So I'm looking forward to seeing those and sitting down with my kids. I don't have any grandkids. Those are the closest I have. So no close AM there. But yeah, that's pretty exciting because I do like Japanese coins. They have some beautiful artwork on some of theirs. Nope, no white AMs. This box has been a little bit of a stinker, except that it yielded a 2011 S proof the other night. I thought, why, this coin looks funny. And then I realized that's because it was a proof. It's got a little bit of wear and tear, but it's not, it's not ruined. It just has a few little scratches from floating around in the wild. Only one ear on him. There's something wrong with this scope this morning. I just can't get it to focus. I can't get the light right on it. It's about to give up the ghost. I noticed that the wire is a little frayed, and this thing has been with me since the beginning of the coin portion of my channel. It was a gift from Handy Andy 736, and unfortunately, just over time, it's like me, it's wearing out. So we're gonna have to start a new microscope fund somehow, because I don't know how I'm going to squeeze that into the budget. I should have used the money I used that I had left from the Florida trip and ordered a new scope, and instead I did a frivolous thing and donated for some rolls on Handy Andy's site. However, good morning, Furry. However, that actually came out to be a good thing, because on my pulls from the bucket of broken hearts, I ended up with 20 pulls and 22 coins, I think it was. And there was some silver involved. So it worked out okay, and you guys are going to get to have some of those coins that are duplicates. I'm still waiting for one coin to show up so I can do the comment video. because there's going to be 2 prizes like we had last month. There will be one for the metal detecting crowd and one for the coinage people. And what I'm waiting on is a walker. We have a walking Liberty that's going to be in the coin package. So as soon as that one shows up, because I mean, I could show you a picture of a walker, but I wanted to show you the walker, not a walker, and not Luke Skywalker. So I've been waiting on that, but if it doesn't show up in the next day or 2, I will just put a different one in as far as the video is concerned. Yeah, I am. I actually have a walker, and I had to use it for about a year. Now it just collects junk in my bedroom, but yeah, unfortunately, I did have to use that walker. After I had that pulmonary embolism, I forgot how to walk. I was in the the ICU for so long, my legs wouldn't hold me up. I had to relearn a bunch of stuff, but it's all good now, except the deal with my eye, which I've got an appointment this week and next week, and even it is substantially better. I can function. I got to drive. I can drive again, so we were able to get the double vision thing in check. But I gotta turn a fan on. It's getting hot in here already. We had a couple of cool days this weekend, and so I was able to go metal detecting. I'm still a little unsteady on my feet on some terrain, so I have to be careful of not overdoing it out there. And yesterday, being the second day, I got a little wobbly and had to give up. And I had forgotten to charge the battery. The 60s coins I'm putting in a tube. I've got a project I'm doing with them. But yeah, I got a little wobbly yesterday, and I had forgotten to charge my battery on my detector. So I had to cut it short. And I really wasn't. I went to 3 different places yesterday, and the last one, I really wasn't finding anything anyway. So, Mikey is in the middle of helping his mom move. From what I understand, they're unpacking boxes and stuff. I'm hoping he shows up tonight because I have one thing to say to that boy when I see him. So. Just for Mikey. Yep, just for Mikey. You old farts know what that is. I don't know that Mikey will, but. Oh, hi, Mark. Good morning. So far, I haven't found anything real exciting in here. But what I'm going to do is if I haven't found anything at the end of this roll, I'm just going to pull a random name with the Nightbot and add somebody an entry. And then we'll start another roll. And see if we can do better. Now, Mikey doesn't eat breakfast, actually, is what he told me. What he's doing is helping his mom. I guess they've decided they're staying in Texas for a while. They weren't sure because she was looking at a job back in Florida, but apparently they're going to be staying in Texas for a while. So she had Mikey toting boxes and unpacking things this weekend, so I'm pretty sure that's what he's up to. No close AM. All right, let me find my book that has the naughty and nice list in it, so I can add somebody. But I can't find anything today. Nothing I'm doing is. I hope I'm more organized by 6 o'clock tonight when my regular show comes on, because I'm a mess this morning. Of course, it could be that I've had no coffee too. I just didn't make any. I also added a bunch of things in what's going to become my giveaway box, where we'll be taking some of the things for the monthly giveaways from. All right, here we go. If you have not posted in the last 15 minutes, please do so. So that the bot, well, the bot says there's only 4 people here. I mean, no, the screen says there's only 4 people. But the bot has more than that, because some people were here within the 15 minutes. I left a window open here that I wasn't supposed to. So let me try that. That might help. I've got a video half done hanging there, sucking up space. I should have called this the Half ASS Club. There's Mr. Titus. We were just talking about you and your snake bite. Yeah, that's Mr. Titus. Hello, hello. Now as Love Rules. Yeah, I posted. I don't know what I'm doing this morning. All right, we got 9 people. I'm gonna read the names real quick. Big Country, Furry Plants and Coins, Love Rules, Mark Thomas, Mike Shelley, Mike the Greek, Mike Wolf. It's too many Marks and Mikes this morning. Paula Abrams, I'm going to leave her in because she couldn't help. She had to go to the doctor. And the new Miss Maniac. Oh, my goodness gracious. All right. Let me see if I can get this up here on the screen without hurting myself. Woohoo. Share screen. In case people wanted to know where I got the Deadbeat Club thing, it's from a song by the B-52s. And in one of the verses, they mention the song 96 Tears, which is by Question Mark and the Mysterians, the band for whom I am the publicist. So, considering that the song Deadbeat Club came out in the 90s and 96 Tears came out in 1966, I thought that was a nice little tribute that they were still listening to that song so many years later. And the lyrics in there pretty much sound like my show, so there we have it. All right, let's see. We went down from 9 to 7. I'm not sure why. But now it's got Big Country, Furry Plants and Coins, Love Rules, Mark Thomas, Mike Shelley, Mike Wolf, and the new Miss Maniac. So if you're here and I did not mention your name, I'll give you a minute, and then I'm going to pick someone out to get an entry in our Quack A Doodle Duck 100 duck race coming up for part of the Jumpin June Gift-A-Ways. Yep, Love Shack, baby. I actually saw the B-52s one night and didn't know I was going to see the B-52s. I went to this thing in Tampa years ago called the New Depression Writers and Artists Ball. This was when I was in college. And because it took me a long time to finish college. And I would go, and then I would have to go back to work for a couple of years, and then I would go again. And so anyway, we went to this Artists and Writers Guild ball, and they had just said 3 bands. They didn't say who the 3 bands were, but the ticket price was a little bit high, but it was in a beautiful venue, and we said, yeah, we're going to go ahead and go. So we paid the price of admission, and the first band was a local band that I knew people in. And then here comes the B-52s. Now, at the time, they were just getting some notoriety, and as soon as you saw those ladies with the hair, you knew it was the B-52s. So we were freaking out. We were like, oh my God, it's the B-52s. So we had a fabulous time watching them. And just when we thought it couldn't get any better, here comes Tom Petty's band. Now, they had been playing as Mudcrutch. This was one of the early Heartbreakers shows. We paid $5 to go to this ball. You had to dress up like you were from the Great Depression. We paid $5, and we thought that was a little bit high for not knowing who the bands were. And then we got to see the B-52s and Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Holy crap on a cracker! What a deal that was. That was one of the best times I ever had in college. It was awesome. All right, let's push this button and give something away. You guys don't need to hear about my college days. Well, maybe you do, so it were pretty funny. Mark Thomas gets the first one. Let me see how many Mark has. You're allowed to have 5. And then if you get one of the exempt entries, you can have more than 5. Mark Thomas is now up to 4 entries. All right, let's open another roll of pennies. They got to be better than the one we just did, because that one stinked. That one was a stinker. Oh, let me show you my proof here that we pulled out of the box. Let me get this off the screen. Yeah, I always think proofs look like they've been sprinkled with, proof pennies look like they've been sprinkled with cinnamon. You can see it does have some damage from being out in the wild. Those little scratches, unfortunately, are on the coin. But nonetheless, how often? Oh, yeah, I also saw the talking heads. I wish I could have seen the talking heads on the same bill with the B-52s and REM. I think that would have been a great concert lineup. And here's the reverse. The reverse is very tidy, other than this one little mess down at the bottom. But how often you're going to find a proof penny in a box? Oh, and there is one roll that I opened that I did not get on video because I dropped it on the floor and it broke open, so I had to go through it. And in there, I did find a Canadian penny. So those who have been following the box hunt have not seen this one yet. It's really grubbed on the reverse. I had a hard time even reading the date. I think it says 1998. But yeah, it's kind of nasty on the reverse side. But we did add that. Like I said, this box has been pretty weak. So let's open another roll and see if we can strengthen it up a little bit. Yeah, my favorite mark of bands that I saw before anybody knew who they were, when I was growing up, we used to pay 50 cents to go to this place called the Orlando Youth Center. And they had bands that came in and played. And I really liked this one band. And I really liked their manager and sound guy. His name was Jim Britton. And so one of the guys that I was in Florida All-State Chorus with happened to be in this one band. And so we started going to see them. And this was in 1967, 66, 67. And they started out, they had been through several names, but the first one that they played in Orlando regularly under, I thought was a great band name. They were called the Four Letter Word. Well, the Four Letter Word became a little band from Tampa that got kind of known as the Florida Guitar Army. A little band called the Outlaws, who are still around to this day, though the original guys are long gone. But one of them that came in the 70s has kept it going. But I used to pay 50 cents to go see the Outlaws. And now it's more like $50 to go see the Outlaws. I have been around the Outlaws so long that I actually have I don't know if it's a gold record or platinum record. I think it's platinum, hanging on my bedroom wall that they gave me. So that's my band that I got to see before they were big. I saw them. I have seen the Outlaws live, I'm going to say probably 3,000 times in my life. And if they came anywhere close, I'd go see them again, even though it's not the original lineup, just because their songs are great. Oh, there's a 64. We'll put that in the depository and get the cheat sheet back out because Susie can't remember SH Judo this morning. I'm so far behind on the learning curve that I just found out this morning that there's an error on the drummer boy quarters. So now I got to go back and look at all of those because apparently there's some DDOs of those floating around that somehow I missed the memo on. Oh, well. I don't claim to be an expert on coins. I just do this for my own personal. Oops, I just put that in the copper and it wasn't. But no, I just do this for my own personal amusement, and I don't claim to be an expert. If I have a coin that I think is questionable, I set it aside and I ask someone who has a better skill set than I, because like I said, I'm just a hobby collector. I'm not a silver stacker. I'm not any type of expert. I started saving pennies back when I was in high school and got a job in a grocery store. And my boss will allow me to buy any interesting coins out of my till. I could just set them aside. And at the end of my shift, he would put them all in a little envelope. And at the end of the week, when I got paid, I would buy my little envelope and take it home. And I still have those pennies. The rest of those collections were stolen, but they didn't get the pennies because they had accidentally ended up at my mother's house, where I found them after she passed away, tucked away between two towels that I had embroidered for her in the back of the bathroom closet. I don't know how many years those things lived there, and I thought they were gone. I didn't even know those books were still around. And so that's the only part of my original collection that I have. Ooh, that looks like a metal detecting grub right there. Yeah. I do get a number of coins from detecting. I think I found this weekend about $3 total. If I could do that every day, that would be a big help. But unfortunately, it is hotter than the devil right now. I went this weekend because our temperatures were down in the 70s, and they are today as well. But my body just said, no, you're maxed. You did too much. See if we got a DDR. But yeah, if I could go every day and find $1 a day, that would be very helpful. Dang, I was wrong. Talking Heads was in 77. Found a vid on YouTube. Thought it was your freshman year. Yeah, getting old. It makes you have that brain foggy thing. Well, I don't see any DDRs happening on here. Unfortunately, I could use a big find like that. At this point, I'd be happy with a wheatie. I haven't seen one for a while. I'm starting to forget what they look like. This box has been a stinker-rooney. When it, like I said, it did yield that proof, but it really, I think I've gotten 3 wheaties maybe out of the whole box, and we're over the halfway mark. So now I got a grubby nickel yesterday, a 1958. It's pretty grubby. You can tell it was in the ground for a bit, and that's after I took a toothpick and got some of the crud off of it. Yeah, like I said, I think I got a little over $2 in change this weekend. And I have a bunch of bags down here of things that I found detecting that I still haven't made the videos for. So once I make each video, I am putting the change in a jar that says dig coins. And we'll see where I'm at for the year. Actually, it will be, some of it will be from last year. But yeah, I'd like to be able to get out more than I do. But it is so hot, and it looks like it's going to be that way this summer for everyone. Everybody's complaining about the heat. And for that reason, I will make a formal announcement on this tonight, and also a video, but I'm going to be changing the time of Sweeping the Dirt, my metal detecting show, which is normally on at 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Wednesdays. However, 6 p.m. is about 2 hours before daylight savings time gets dark, and a lot of people are trying to go out to detect at that time because it's a little bit cooler. So for the summer, I'm going to be doing my detecting show in the middle of the blazing heat time, starting at 1 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, because not that many people are going to want to be out detecting in that kind of heat. So we're going to move it for a while, and that will allow me to be able to get out at 6 p.m. Oh, we got a 59, closest to the wheat you can get without actually being in the field. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to be temporarily changing that time so I can get out and detect around 6 p.m. when it's a little bit cooler. And I think other people are probably going to be doing that as well. So we'll see how it works. If it doesn't work out, I'll move it back. But I want to free up that time so that I can get a little more digging time without going into a meltdown. Copper in the hopper. And another copper. So that's my plan. And like I said, I will be making an official announcement about that later. But since y'all are here, and I have been thinking on that for a couple of days now. Yeah, it's hot all day, but I figured if I could go for clearing up a time slot for myself where it's a little bit cooler, that I can at least get out some. And I figured 10 o'clock to noonish to 1ish, it's going to be pretty hot, and a lot of people are not necessarily going to want to be out hunting at that time. So I figured, okay, I'll move the show to that time. Folks can come in, have them a glass of tea or beverage of their choice, and then go out later when the weather's a little bit better. Oh, I should send my ugly nickel to Mary. She did a great video of cleaning this nickel. It was awesome. The result was great. See, I don't get mad when I see people clean coins, because some of them are useless if you don't clean them. Those of you who detect know what I mean. And like I told Mary, I don't understand why people would want to collect dirt. You know, I want to see the artwork and stuff of the coin, and I want to be able to read the date. Now, this one I can read the date, but that's not a very attractive coin as it sits. What possible harm could I do by trying to clean that crud off of it? I just, yeah. All right, nothing in there either. So everybody who's here, make sure you've posted something in the bot. Right now we've got Love Rules, Mike Wolf, and Mississippi Mary. If there's anybody else in the house, post something. I'm gonna stick this under the scope while I go put some coffee on. I have decided lemonade is not cutting it. I need coffee. So y'all just study there with Abraham Lincoln and his book. Let me put some coffee on, and I'll be right back. Alrighty. Coffee be a brewing. I just make it a cup at a time, but I don't have one of those K-cup thingies. I have no problem with having one. That's just not what I have. And I grind my own coffee. So, all right. Anybody else? All right. Now we've got Love Rules, Mike Chalise, and Mississippi Mary. The list is changing. That's because it's on a 15-minute timer. So, Furry, are you still here? If you are, you need to get in. Ditto for Big Country, Mike the Greek, etc., etc. Da da da. Da-da. I wish they would let me put my own music in this program. They added a background music thing on StreamYard, but you can only select from their selection. Oh, I think we should put this one on. It's called Feeding the Ducks. And since we're giving away entries in a duck race, let's see what Feeding the Ducks is. Boy, no wonder the ducks are so dadgum slow. That's not some particularly exciting music there. Yeah, I cannot stand old coffee. I want my coffee freshly brewed. If it's been sitting around, I don't want it. I know people that'll make one pot in the morning and they drink that all day, but I can't do it. It starts tasting bitter and stale and funky, and no, I want a nice freshly brewed. When I have coffee, I don't drink coffee every day anymore, but when I do, I want nice, fresh, yummy stuff. Like I said, I grind my own beans. I may grind like enough for 2 or 3 days, and then I seal it in a mason jar, so it stays fresh. Be right back. Got to pour that cup. I'm on my way back. Here I am. Oh, got the coffee. Actually, my favorite coffee pot is one of the old aluminum percolators that you put on the burner of your stove. It is not very practical for 1 cup, but if I have people coming over and I'm going to be making coffee, that's usually the way I make it. People are so shocked at how differently it tastes. All right, let's stop the duck music for a minute. And let's pull this up. Don't have a lot of folks in here, so you got a pretty good chance of getting an entry. All right, what is going on? There it is. The Nightbot up here. All right. I don't know. Today seems like the longest day of the year. All right. All right. Let's see who gets this one. Mississippi Mary. All right. Where's my pen? I can't keep track of anything today. I am such an airhead. I am very glad yesterday when I was out detecting, I remembered it was a holiday today, so I wasn't going to be going to the bank or the post office. So while I was out yesterday, I went to the car wash and got our car wash quarters. So we are stocked up and ready to go with those for tonight. So I don't have to go out today for anything. Oh, there's my pen. And Mississippi Mary now has 2 entries. So now we can get back to these terrible penny rolls. Guys, throw some bribes at the bot and see if the bot will fix these pennies up for us, because they're stinking. They're giving stinking zinkin Lincolns a whole new name here. All right, here we go. Open another roll. Gotta be something good in one of these. Been quite a while since anything nifty has jumped out of here. Like I said, now I know why the lady at the bank asked me if I wanted a box. These are so bad they didn't even want to keep them down at the bank. Ah, jeez Louise. I'm sad. There's got to be something better. There was a... Oh, I just got an idea. I got a sound clip I got to find. I was going to say something about it, but now I think I'm just going to wait until I find it. It's from MASH. And I'm going to have to see if I can find it, because it would be perfect for this situation right here. Oh, la-dee-da-dee-da. Yeah, I just don't feel like everything I tried to do this morning, I was messing up. That's why I'm just sitting here doing pennies. I broke a plant. I knocked over a couple of things. I got dirt all over the floor. Oh, there's another 59. Found a 2009 Lincoln on a log, double thumb. Ooh. Yeah, I got it. I've got some of those put aside I have not looked at yet. I've got a little envelope that I've been putting those in so that I can make the search. That was one that I didn't know about until after I had probably put a number of those back into circulation. So I started saving them up, and then I'll sit down one day and we will just go through them all at once. We got here. Speaking of the series, it's not the one with him on the log, but it is part of the series. Got that sad little boo-boo in the middle of it. That's a pity. But, okay. Let's set that aside. And that will give someone an entry. Yeah, I'm going to have some pretty good prizes, I think, this time. I like the only doing the one big giveaway a month. It just makes things so much easier for me. And I think the prizes, the quality, I'd rather do quality than a whole bunch of little junkety things that people probably don't even want. So, oh, looking for the wheatie. Yeah. So I don't know what you guys think about it, but since I have to pay for the postage and stuff, it's, it's just better for me that way. And I do find some interesting things. Like I said, I will be, as soon as that walker shows up, I can make the comment video. If it hasn't shown up in another couple of days, I'll go ahead and make the comment video and just put a picture of a walker in there. But I really wanted to show the one that I'm actually giving away. That's, like I said, the post office is closed today. And I do have to, I got a package I got to make. I sold something from the eBay store, but I'm afraid to touch it today because I've been breaking and dropping things and it's glass. So I don't want to drop it. It's a Tupac Shakur uh, shot glass and I don't want to break it. So I'm just going to leave that and package it up in the morning before the post office run. I have a lady that comes and helps me with some of my housework things that I'm still not physically able to quite do, and she also runs errands, and she goes to the post office for me. So, why yeah, Mississippi Mary's cool people. You'll enjoy her stuff, Mike. She's a good egg, as my dad used to say. I think we'll keep it. Yeah, I got some good folks on my channel. I may not have a bazillion of them, but the ones I have are pretty good folks. I don't care what anybody says. Trying to speed up the process a little bit here. I've got quite a few 2022s over here now. First, I couldn't find one. Now I got a bunch of them. Nope. Nothing wide there. Oh. Now I need a close. That's not it. It got closer, but not close enough. $78. I don't think there's anything I need to know about on a 78. Except that it's copper for the hopper. Another copper. Yeah, I decided not to keep the coppers, although I am sorting them separately just so I can, at the end, weigh how much copper actually came out of the box. And then I'm going to release them back into the wild because I just don't have room to put that in the 82 bin. I just don't have room to sit on that stuff. Would I like to? Yeah. Do I think it's a realistic thing for me? No. I just have no space. These are the tiniest apartments. My one down in Georgia was twice this size for the same rent. No, actually $5 a month less. And I'm having to pay to store things. Oh, we got a wheatie. We got a wheatie. Guess the date of the wheatie. Closest without going over. We'll get an entry, and this is going to be an exempt entry. So it will not count against your 5 uh, regular ones. So Mark Thomas says 58. While y'all figure it out, I'm going to get a sip out of my coffee. Oh, these are some beans a friend sent me. Very, very nice blend. This coffee's from Costa Rica. Mm, yummy good. Mary says 54. We're guessing the date on the wheatie, closest without going over. We'll get an entry in the 100 Duck Quack A Doodle Duck finale for the Jumpin June Gift-A-Way. Yeah, I got really tickled the other day. I've been using this Gift-A-Way thing for a few months now to kind of differentiate it. I'm giving things away. I'm not making people pay to get an entry or anything like that. And I heard another channel use Gift-A-Way the other day. That I went back and looked at some of his videos, and I had never seen that guy use that term before. So maybe he got it from me. Maybe I'm an influencer now and didn't know it. All right. Anybody else want to guess? There's 6 people in here. Mike, either one of the Mikes want to guess? And I don't know who the other people are because they haven't posted. Silly says 1909. Wouldn't that be fun? That would be fun. All right. Come on, people. I'm gonna yeah, Mike wins. How could you not go over? I'm making the funny emoji face right now. Oh, that's another thing. People been bugging me about why I have not been on screen for so long because apparently people like the faces I make and stuff. And the reason for that is because all my hair fell out, and it is such a pain in the butt to put my wig and everything on. But my hair has grown back enough now, and the swelling in my eyes, I don't look like a Gila monster anymore. So I am probably going to start coming back on camera because apparently people do like my weird hand gestures and my faces that I make. So you may alternately see me with short white hair or long blonde hair. My wig looks very much like my real hair did before everything fell out. And my other hair uh, looks like Albert Einstein. It's the only way I can describe it. I get up in the morning and my hair is like, it's Einstein hair. I may have to actually come on camera with the Einstein hair. All right, I've given everybody ample opportunity. Let's flip her and see where we're at. All right, I got her turned over. Ooh, that coin either it was cleaned or very well preserved. Da-dum, da-dum. Okay, I haven't shown the date yet. So digging, if you want to guess, we found a wheatie. We're trying to guess the date without going over, and whoever is closest gets an entry in the Jumpin June giveaway. So if you want to take a shot at it real quick, uh, I'll wait to expose the date. There's what the coin looks like, basically. Okay, digging's in. All right, let's push this up here. Remove my finger. And 1946. Looks like Diggin sneaked in here at the last minute and got the entry with 1944. Closest without going over. Good job. I think that might be the first entry under the Diggin flag. Yeah, nope. This is the second one for Diggin. All righty. And this is an exempt. Because it's not in a regular game. Yeah, they did do a lot of that. That was a good thought on that. All right, Diggin. And now I've got a few more in this roll, and then I've got another one to give away on that 2009 that we pulled. But let's look at the rest of these real quick. Get them off my desk. And then we'll have the Nightbot pull one. So if you want a chance at an entry, nope, no wide. You want a chance at an entry to win a walker and some other groovy prizes at the end of the month. Make sure you have put something in the live stream so Mr. Bot knows you're here. And when I do this last handful of pennies, we'll have Mr. Bot give away yet another entry. Got 3 more pennies, so get in there, folks. Ooh, that's not a bad looking 67. Put that in my 60 stash. I'm working on a project. All right. All right. So that was the one for which we are going to produce another entry without further ado. Now, I have the way the game is played is if you have already gotten an entry in a specific contest in this particular stream, you can't win in it twice. So right now there are only 3 people eligible because the others have not posted. I had Mark and Mississippi Mary already got entries in this game this morning. So if you are anyone other than Diggin, Mike Schalise, or Mike Wolf, you need to post real quick to get an opportunity to get one of these entries. I still have 2 more rolls of pennies to open. And if we find anything good in those, we will put some more entries in. The clock is ticking. And I'm not seeing anybody else showing up, even though it says there's 7 people in the stream. So I guess those people don't like Garrett Fine Bags or National Park collecting kits or walkers or coins with errors, or I guess they just don't like those things and don't want to win them at the end of the month. Ah, there's Scott Teskey. Good. Somebody else got in. Let's see. I don't know what is going on. My YouTube page is stuck. It's stuck in edit mode on my screen and it won't let me out of the creator studio. I guess it didn't think I did a good enough job and it just got stuck there. I don't know what's going on today. It's just a wacky day here at the Susie house. Like I went down to the laundry room at 7:30 this morning because there's never anybody in the laundry room at 7:30 on a Monday. Don't you know there was some lady in there had every washer tied up? Oh, could not believe it. It just happens that way, I guess. All right, let's see. Now we got Diggin, Mike Chalise, Mike Wolf, and Scott. So I'm just gonna, whoops, I gotta pull it up on the screen. I always try to share the screen so people can tell I'm not just making up names. There we go. All right, looking good. Next person getting an entry is Scott. All right, Scott's got one now. And this is just a regular one. This is not an exemption or anything. All right. All right. Still got two more to go this morning for the two rolls that we're working. Even now I got the hiccups. Oh, yum. One of those kind of days. One of those kind of days. With that, crack open another roll here. At least the coins on the end are brown in color, so we got a halfway chance, but unfortunately I can already tell they're not Wheaties. Come on. That poor lady that helps me do my chores, she comes in and they're always around my desk. There's like coin roller scraps and pennies on the floor and catnip everywhere from M and his kitty pot. Oh my goodness. Let's see what we got. Come on, coinage. Some copper for the hopper. See, I used to just skip the shield pennies, but I can't really do that because I've been trying to pull the 22s and a few of the other things. Because I really hate shield pennies. And there's another 60s model. We'll go through the 60s separately. Yeah, there's some other useful stuff. And I got to go through my 60s separately, and I got to go through the 82s. And there's a few other ones that I have to take a separate look at because I can't do them all during the stream. Oh, I'm having a big drawing at the end of the month, Scott. It's the Jumpin June Gift-A-Way. And there will be 2 grand prizes. One of them is aimed at the metal detecting crowd, and the other is aimed at the coin collecting crowd. In the coin collecting package, there is a Walking Liberty, and there is a really cool little kit that I got that is it. Let me see if I can pull this up on the other camera and show everybody without showing me because I'm not appropriately attired. Come on, camera. Get this. This contains a national park quarters folder, 2 2x3 and 2 2x2 quarter cases, a strip that you can put 5 quarters in, a magnifier, 3 quarter tubes, and 25 2x2 mylar holders. So that's going to be part of the coin collecting prize. Then we had I'm still holding this. Donnie Wayne won the 2 error dimes in the last one, and he has donated those back. They were actually donated to us by Daniel Lauren. And so those will be in the coin collecting, and there will be a couple of other coin collecting items as well. Like I said, there is a walker involved. Oops, I don't want that camera. I don't think it's you. Well, that one's aimed at my roof, and you can see some of my Einstein here. Wee-hee. All right. So, also, there will be one of the penny bags that we were using to raise money, one of the U.S. Mint cloth penny bags. So that's a chunk of the coin collecting grand prize. And then for the metal detecting, I have a Garrett Fines apron. I have a set of snake skins, coil covers. I have a metal detecting logbook. I have a fines box, and probably a couple other little odds and ends. But that's basically what we're playing for, is to qualify to get in the 100 duck race to win those prizes at the end of the month. So that's what you are entered for, is a chance to win one of those 2 big prize packages. And I have some sticker packs and smaller prizes that'll be given away during that stream. I think we have a couple of $2 bills, and I've got this container with all sorts of coinage in it. I think there's some of the new women's quarter series things. But basically, it's 2 big prize packages and then some smaller ones. And how you win them is by getting signed up to qualify for the 100 duck race. Whew, that's a mouthful. And I don't want to bite the ducks. So back to the pennies. Let's look for the DDR here. Yeah, I've got to make the video. I keep waiting for my walker to show up, but it has not. So if it's not here in a couple of days, I will just use a different one in the video. And if it hasn't shown up by time of the drawing, I'll pull one out of my collection. You're still lurking? Well, how come you didn't get into contest? I send to Canadians. I like my Canadian friends. Yep, I do. I do indeed. That's one of the things from having lived in Michigan is it wasn't very far to go across and be in Canada. Oh, yes, we care. Of course we care. It's the skipper, the captain of the Canadian coin cruise. Yeah. 79. So only the S. I've never seen an S, but it's copper. Before my grandpa passed away, he was filling a 1999 to 2008 state quarter book. Oh, yeah, I got a state quarter book I'm giving away that's full. Well, almost full. I think it's missing 2. We're going to try to finish it before the thing, but it's all from the car wash quarters. That's what we do with the car wash quarters. We fill those books and give them away. And I've got one that's just missing a couple that I'm hoping. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I've had people tell me I'm boring. And I'm like, oh, well, what do you want me to do? Light my butt on fire while I'm sorting pennies? I don't know how to make it any more exciting. I do the best I can with what I got. I'm an old lady. What can I say? I'm pushing 70 here, folks. It's like somebody told me I'm not over the hill yet, but one good push will do it. Finally finished it 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I have a penny book that belonged to my friend Tommy, a race car fabricator from Florida named Tom White, that I inherited some things of his, and he had all these pennies. He didn't have a book, and he had a bunch of 50-cent pieces. He just had them in one of those little cheap metal lock boxes. And so I've been working on Tommy's books. I put all of his coins in, and I marked in the book with a little dot which ones were his. And then I have been filling in the rest, trying to complete his, kind of in his memory. And then I will probably end up donating those. His family were such buttheads. Otherwise, I would have given it to one of his nieces or nephews. And it's not really the kid's fault that his siblings were dirt. So I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. But yeah, see, I didn't live that far from Windsor, and I would get a lot of Canadian over in Michigan. So now here's the interesting thing. In the car wash quarters books that I give away, I never check them for errors. I just put them in live on the show, and whoever wins those books, even though they're getting a full book, they still have something to look at there, because I don't check it for errors. I leave that to the person that wins the book. It wasn't that long ago. We were the long-haired hippies with bell-bottom pants. I'm going through the summer of love. Well, I'll tell you something about Windsor, Ontario, and the long-haired hippies in the bell-bottom pants. The band I work with, they will not let me say I work for them. I have to say I work with them. One of their very earliest television performances in 1966 was on a TV show out of Windsor, Ontario called Swingin' Time. Swingin' Time was kind of a Windsor, Ontario local version of American Bandstand. And we are very fortunate we have footage of the band performing on that show. A little band called Question Mark and the Mysterians from Saginaw, Michigan, who recorded the song 96 Tears that is referenced on my screen right now. So they actually performed as long-haired hippies in bell-bottoms in 1966 on Windsor, Ontario's Swingin' Time, with a background hanging up behind them that just has question marks painted on it on a sheet. So that is available on YouTube if you want to go back in your mind there and see the 1966 hippies in their bell bottoms singing 96 Tears in Windsor, Ontario. It's one of my favorite videos of all time. I'm actually using a Silver Picker Squad Discord to do swaps with US collectors who want Canadian. It's really helped, and I avoid things like eBay. Yeah, eBay is a bad place to buy anything other than supplies. I don't recommend buying any coins from there. When I got my metal detector, I was living down in Georgia, and the very first silver coin I found was not a US coin at all. I'm out in the middle of a pasture in South Georgia and dug a silver Canadian dime. That was my first silver coin with my detector. And of course, I still have it. It's in my box with my rings. So far, I have not sold any of my rings. I almost did, and if I am ever in a very serious financial crunch, I do have some gold ones that I could save my butt with. So far, I haven't had a chance to. I should have sold a couple of them a while back when the price of gold was high. Swinging Time on CKLW. That is correct. And I love that video. I am so glad that we still have that video of the band. It was one of their very, very earliest video TV performances, and Windsor, Ontario had a whole lot to do with 96 Tears becoming a #1 hit in the United States. The guys could not get the radio in the US to play that song. And you'd be surprised how many people do know that song. It's the funniest thing. I have it as a ringtone for when band members call me, and I'll be in stores and my phone will go off and people will hear that and come up to me and go, "Oh my God, I love that song." And if it happens to be question mark on the phone, I'll put Q live and say, "Hey Q, I got a couple fans here," and he will sing 96 Tears to them. But yeah, we still have a band. The band is together with the original members. They still play periodically, and yep, they're still hanging in there. In fact, a few years back, the city of Bay City, Michigan made 96 Tears the official rock and roll song of Bay City because it was recorded in a guy's living room there for 50 bucks and sold 8 million copies. Oh, okay, let's go back to the Nightbot here. Well, we've only got a couple folks. There's 6 people in here, but I've already given away 3 uh, entries. So this one's just going to be down to 2 people unless somebody else wants to jump in there real quick. But yeah, I accidentally went to Canada once on a medical shuttle. They uh the driver was not familiar with where they were supposed to be taking me and somehow got on the bridge and ended up going across. So it was pretty funny. That was my first trip to Canada and it was a mistake. But I certainly, when I move back over there, intend to go see some more of Canada. All right, let's see who's going to get this one. Mike Wolf. All right, Mike Wolf gets one. Let's get that one written in. And then I'm going to open this last roll of pennies and see if there's anything in it. All right. Here. That's Mike's second duck. And let's crack this last roll open. Hopefully, something better will come out of this one. I'm getting tired of not finding the goodies. At least we did get another wheatie this morning and another one of the 2009 formative years things. And I did get that Canadian a couple nights ago from the roll I accidentally broke open. That was fun. There's probably still part of that roll on the floor. They went flying. They rolled off my desk and it popped open. So then I had to sort them out because I just couldn't leave them lying on the floor like that. Well, I could have, but I try not to do that. I can't always pick them up, however. No wide there. This is my last roll, and then I'm going to be moving on to some other projects, and I will be back at 6 o'clock tonight with the regularly scheduled Lodo coin collection show. I got lots of different things happening for that. Little O this, little O that. It's just going to be a mixed bag of 2022. It's going to be a mixed bag of stuff. Yeah, we had a show we did with the band back in, I'm going to say 2015. No, it was after that, maybe 2016. That was for a reunion of a show similar to Swingin' Time that was called Dance Party out of Columbus, Ohio. And they estimated that our crowd would be around 1,000 people based on the ticket sales. And so that was what we were expecting. And we were expecting it all to be the older crowd because the show was from the mid 60s. And we were pleasantly surprised when we had close to 3,000 people. In fact, the fire marshal wasn't too happy. Uh, and over half of them were people in their 20s who are into garage and punk bands. So we actually had more younger people than older. Our shows draw an incredible mix. You know, when you hear that old line from 8 to 80, well, we had from like 3 to 100, I think. We really had an incredible crowd of young people. Young people really support the band. It's most of the merchandise that we sell is to younger people. And part of that is because of bands like the B-52s, who in the middle of the 1990s threw out mention of the song. And then people went and looked up, well, what is 96 Tears? I don't know what that is. And so they would go listen to it and they go, oh my gosh, I like this. So yeah, I am very happy at the number of young people that have picked up the flag and carried it and kept our little band of migrant farm worker kids going all these decades. See, that's something people don't know about Question Mark and the Mysterians. They were the first full-on rock and roll band made up of Mexican migrant farm worker kids. These kids came from families that came to Michigan to pick cherries and beets, and then their families uh, settled in those areas and started working for companies like Ford and GM. And there's a tremendously big amount of former migrant workers that live up there. And these guys, they will be the first to tell you we are Mexican descent, but we are first and foremost Americans. And I had someone the other day refer to them by a very derogatory, nasty word, and the lady didn't even know what the word meant. And I'm not going to repeat it, but my dad used to call the band the same thing, and I had to correct him. uh, yep. In fact, the guys in the band were so young when the record hit. The only legal adult in the band was Question Mark, who was 21. The keyboard player that came up with that incredible little keyboard riff was 15 years old. One of the guitar players was 15 and one was 14. The drummer was 19. And in order for them to tour, their families had to sign temporary custody over to Q. So while all the other bands on tour were going down and partying in the bar, Q is down in the hotel room making little kids do their homework. Yeah, they were 13, 14, 15, 19, and 21. And he told me a story once about Gary Lewis from Gary Lewis and the Playboys coming and knocking on the door and saying, "Hey, Q, come on, let's go down to the bar." And Q's like, "I can't go down to the bar. I got little kids in here watching cartoons." you know? And it was probably a good thing because it kept him from getting sucked into the partying crowd. And that's probably why he's still as healthy as he is to this day, because he really didn't get sucked into that. Yeah, I people have a hard time understanding that Canadians are also Americans because the continent is North America. You have to be specific. If you want to say you are a US citizen, that's what you need to say. you know, I, I hate to say it, but America has some incredibly ignorant people, and I mean both Americas, you know, and North and South America. But the United States has some geographically challenged folks that don't understand basic things like America is North America, includes Mexico, the United States, Canada. Uh, they just don't understand. And it's our own educational system that is the cause of that. A glow in the dark coin from Canada. Oh yeah. I am a big garage band fan to this day. I listen to a lot of that stuff still. 82, another 22. We're getting down to about the last 10 pennies. We'll be doing one more sign up, and then I'm gonna go do some more things. I've got a half done video. I'm still working on videos from 2021. Uh, that when I got sick, I could not see to do the editing. So I've been releasing them a little bit at a time under on my channel, but under the heading of retro relics videos, because there's some good stuff in some of them that I just don't want to lose that footage. So I'm working on one now for 2021, I think. And the last penny is 187. Nada. All right. Let's give away one more entry. We've got 8 people, according to the list. Uh, only 6 of them are showing up on the Nightbot, and 4 of those already have entries. So if you have not posted something in the Nightbot and you would like to get entered to win all of the wonderful prizes, including that walker and the other stuff, you need to make a post real quick in the stream so the Nightbot will see you and you will get an opportunity to get in the 100 duck Quack A Doodle Duck race. Mike, Mike's waiting. He's ready. Oh, let my coffee get cold. Oh yeah. Whew. All right. Let's see. Now we've dropped down to 6 people, and there's only 2 of you that are eligible because the others have already gotten theirs. Oh, don't leave yet. You're one of the 2 people. Hang on for just 1 second. Let me get you queued up here, and we're going to draw, and then we're all going to go. Don't go yet. It's between you and Mike. All right, let's see who it is. Ready, set, Mike. Mike Shalise, you got the last entry of the day. It got you finally, Mike. Let's see, where does that put Mike? Oh, he finally, that was Mike's first entry this time. All right, he's in there. All right, well, I'm gonna go. I'll be back at 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time with the Lodo coin collecting show. We'll see y'all later. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me. I got some car wash quarters. I got some pennies. I got some other stuff hanging out here on my desk. We're going to try to wrap up and move along. And we will see y'all later. Y'all behave now, you hear? See ya.